please be advised there are spoilers ahead related to the property being watched and or discussed. Hello! Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so very much for tuning in. This is Ashamoji TV. My name is Asha. This is where I like to watch, react, and just, share my 2 cents, no more than that, about a couple of properties related to sci-fi and fantasy. So in today's video, I am happy to share with you my condensed reaction to episode 4 from the 2nd season of Fringe. This one is titled Momentum Deferred. Now, if you watched my reaction to episode 3, then you should know that I'm quite excited where things are going. It's getting really, really good, especially shapeshifting Charlie. I really want to see what happens with this character and that particular actor taking on more of a villainous role that I'm accustomed to in other properties, that I like to see how he portrays in this particular series. So without further ado, here's my reaction to episode 4 for you. It's a head? It's a head. Okay. Head in a canister. That's a great way to pique my curiosity.
Cargo secure.
Specialty heads. Oh, cryonic something. Okay, so they're frozen heads. Alias cryonics.
Hey, I was wondering if I could get some directions. What are you
Hey!
doing?
Trespassing, pal. Why don't you get in your car and turn
Is that
around?
Roger?
Sure.
Oh. Yeah. I love this guy.
Keys are in his pocket.
Hey, Cross.
Let me know if he's in there. You know where to reach me.
Doing what he does best. Play bad guys. Holy crap! Yeah! How many bullets was that? 4 or 5? Ooh. Interesting. Shapeshifter? Okay. What's Walter doing now? Oh, Astrid.
100, Walter.
Ew.
Almost 50 more chops.
Oh, gosh.
I had an idea. I think I may be able to help you retrieve your memories from the accident when you disappeared from the automobile in New York.
A new tank experience?
Walter, I thought that we agreed that this was a stupid idea.
No, you decide. I still maintain that the fixing is perfectly sound.
He wants you to eat worms.
Ugh. I'll take the tank.
I recall an experiment that Belly and I did where we trained a handful of flatworms to
Sebastian
respond to
Roche?
nuts. We then crushed them up and fed them to other worms.
Yo, I love that guy. Yeah, Leonard Nimoy, that's his name.
It seems the first worms transferred their memories to the other worms through ingestion.
Right, but that still has nothing to do with stimulating Agent Dunham's memory.
How will we know unless we try? That's why it's called an experiment, Peter. If after meeting, I never decided to take it
She's
back.
just desperate to know. Gross. It's so disgusting. Good on you, Olivia. Good on you.
This is what we know so far. Facility manager arrived to work this morning at 6:30. Saw the bodies and called it into the local PD.
So the robbery took place in the middle of the night. That makes 3 cryogenic facilities in a week. Same MO as Chicago and New York.
Yeah, the Chicago was a straight BD, but in all 3 cases the target was the same.
Frozen heads.
Excuse me. Can I see the body that's bleeding silver now?
Silver. Okay. So it's a T1000?
Fascinating. It's the consistency of mercury.
Shapeshifter? They have mercury blood.
I
Meet Mr. Silverblood. Walter thinks it's actually Mercury.
Mm-hmm. Shapeshifty nose.
Francis, hello. Hey. You alright? You look pale.
Yeah, I didn't get much sleep last night.
Oh, I may be able to help you with that. A little cannabis before bedtime does wonders. Huh?
For some people, not all. Wait, his face. The way he looks at him.
Recognize this?
Charlie's gonna try to steal it.
Device the shapeshifter used.
Right? Because he lost it. Well, not lost it, but they got it in episode 1. Ah! So they stole the heads to throw the heads away?
Looked like hell.
That was quick.
That was sloppy. Now the FBI, they have him. They understand what he is.
You've been in this body too long. You're dying.
Ah, okay,
You
that
need to
makes
get back
sense.
home and get fitted with a new conversion device. I'd let you use mine. But what would be the point?
Yeah, wouldn't do anything anyway.
Oh, so it's applicable to each of them.
Damn, that's the last one. He's not here. There's no facility in North Carolina.
Rolling heads.
Olivia is starting to remember her time on the other side. I'm thinking she may know where it's hidden.
His head?
Yeah.
Whose head? Okay, that's the mystery, obviously.
Well, if you're right, and you don't want that body to be your last, then I suggest you do whatever it takes to make her remember.
That's what I'm curious to see. What's he gonna do? Wow, he used to keep up a lot of appearances looking all sickly like that. Olivia's definitely gonna be suspicious.
Why is she?
Or everybody would be.
From another universe stealing frozen heads.
The most likely explanation that we can think of is that they're looking for a specific head, but they don't know where it is.
Okay, then who?
We don't know. These facilities pride themselves on secrecy. So despite the thefts, none of them have been willing to give up their client lists.
In the meantime, I'm considering giving you a protective detail.
A protective detail why?
The last time Peter showed me one of these devices, its owner just tried to kill you.
I'm not worried. Because that was 6 weeks ago. So if a shape-shifting assassin wanted me dead, then I would be.
Alright, so now I know the time frame that's jumped past us. Pretty much almost 2 months.
Mechano-organic hybrid. I suspect they produce or possibly ingest the mercury, and that it controls the tissue, instructing it to take and maintain shapes.
What?
We have to call Agent Dunn. I need to talk to her right away.
Okay.
Oh gosh, what did he just come up with? Okay, so it is very much a la Terminator concepts. Kind of.
I've got good news and bad news. The bad news is that the shapeshifter's blood is 47% mercury. Which means? Well, I'm not sure, but I went back and re-examined the autopsy reports for the first shapeshifter. And
Same thing?
her blood sample is perfectly normal. Just traces of mercury.
Right. Because it went from nurse to the Charlie.
You could still be in danger. Would you like to hear the good news now?
Yes.
I think I may know how to find him.
Oh man, he's gonna get discovered already?
Rebecca Kidner.
Keep going back to this lady.
To see things others could not.
Oh, yes, soldier. From somewhere else.
There.
He's glowing, man.
If she was able to identify the shapeshifter once, she may be able to do it again.
Oh, okay.
He's from another universe, man.
Very psychedelic tripping. So she can see them. Interesting.
Starting your own pharmacy?
More like snacking or feeding himself, right? The mercury? Jesus. Don't ingest the glass that was in there. Okay, alright. I was wondering how he was surviving for 6 weeks. Now I know. God. This is crazy shit. I love it, though. I love it. I'm waiting to see Sebastian Roche. I love that actor. He's in so many shows that I've watched. And knowing the kind of casting he gets, it's probably going to be a bad guy.
Peter says this device is streaming loads of data. He also believes it's possible that these devices store a pattern of their last victim.
Our scientists have the same theory. In fact, they thought they might be able to extract an image. They also theorize that each device is tuned to a specific user, which suggests that since the shape changer that tried to kill you no longer has his device, he's trapped in his current body. Our scientists have been working on revealing that shapeshifter's identity.
Oh my gosh. Yo, I did not expect this to happen so
Do you
soon.
understand you're asking me if I can repair a piece of technology that is entirely unlike anything that has ever existed here on Earth?
Brandon.
Now that I have one that works, I can do it in 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
Tops.
Good. Then get started right away.
If he's a day player, good job.
Do you think she'll remember me?
I think she might. I'm gonna guess there's not too many men in her life who have strapped her to a table and pumped her full of a massive amount of psychedelics.
Well then. Aww. Oh my gosh, he's so nervous. This would be a nice way for Walter to get back in the dating game.
Walter? Is it you? Oh my god. Hello?
I guess she has fond memories of her days of being experimented on.
But after a while, it wasn't just during the experiments. I would see their faces in front of me. They seemed to have, I don't know, a certain glow about them.
The shapeshifters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What color glow?
I was recognizing people that didn't belong. You know, like that children's song. One of these things is not like the other.
One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Sesame Street.
Yes, that's it.
So, Peter, does she see him glowing then?
You said for a time. Does that mean that the ability is faded?
Not entirely, no. Comes and goes as it pleases. I just have...
These people, the shapeshifters, we have reason to believe that some of them are amongst us right now. We were hoping that you might be able to help us identify them.
I told you, it's mostly gone.
How convenient. Just when Peter's right in front of her.
You mean do the experiment again?
Which I must advise against any time one exposes one's brain to that amount of hallucinogens.
Yeah, sure. I'll help you.
She's so game for it. That's amazing. Unless I misunderstood, she only sees... No, but she said people who don't belong, so it can't just be shapeshifters, right? Because Peter is not from this earth. Okay. Patience.
You're no pro at this, huh?
Drug-infused mystical awakenings guided by your father aren't exactly something you can forget.
I have a feeling it was more than just that they were having fun with.
Rebecca, thank you so much for doing this.
Sure. Walter, you said you wanted to start her with salvia. We don't have any salvia.
Huh?
You used to, in that cabinet on the second shelf, over on the right.
Got it.
I'm Olivia right now. Just like,
Ready to begin?
tried it for the past 10 years.
I'm totally game if they want to have a little side story with these two. It'd be nice to see Walter in that way for just a brief period of time.
It's working. The tech must be rebuilding the image from the broken device.
It looks like a department store mannequin.
Okay, now let's just load it up on my phone.
Yeah. Okay. They're gonna make it a big thing where she sees it's Charlie's face.
I want you to tell me if this starts to get uncomfortable, okay?
Thank you. I met you once before. You were just a baby, but I swear I saw. Oh, here we go.
Okay, so that was kind of a tease right there.
Concentrate on the people who don't belong.
You mean who wants to change their appearance?
There's no need to be afraid. Listen to my voice. I'm going to take you over the threshold. We're walking through Johnson Gate into Harvard Yard. You see it?
They're gonna show a visual, I hope.
Now we're passing University Hall. Memorial Church is up ahead.
Oh! Unintended effect? Yeah, that's why he rung the bell?
Olivia.
I thought it was a funny moment though, but obviously it was a deliberate moment. It's a trigger. Okay.
The method by which I brought you over here was crude, and I'm sorry for that. But there were people who were trying to prevent our meeting.
Dr. Bell, I've been trying to meet with you for over a year.
Please call me William. Or Willem, if that feels warmer to you. Willem.
She can't
That's
call
what
him
you
Billy.
called me when you were a girl. You're lucky. Most people who cross dimensions without your natural talent are simply torn apart.
Well, lucky isn't the word that I would choose.
So how did he survive it? Oxygen therapy?
I don't know how much Mulder has told you by now. I don't know how much he remembers.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't trying to hurt you, Olivia. We weren't trying to hurt anybody.
Hey, guess what? You did.
For a greater purpose, I'm sure.
In any search for knowledge, there are always unintended consequences. Victims, you might say. But not you. I can see that just by looking at you. In fact, you're just coming into your ability. I've seen history repeat itself enough times to know a war is coming. Just as we predicted, Walter and I, years ago. And we knew that we had to prepare a guardian. Someone to watch the gate.
The gate.
Between this side and yours.
Okay.
For reasons that will become clear in time, I cannot go back yet. Maybe not ever. But on this side, they've become more insidious. They have designed hybrids. Part organic tissue, part machine that can do things that humans can't. They can change shapes, taking the form of human beings. Over here, they call them the first wave.
Shapeshifters, yeah.
I don't trust you. Your company has been involved in, if not directly responsible for some of the most horrific things that I have ever seen. To say nothing of the fact that you just yanked me into a parallel universe to warn me about an interdimensional war that I believe you are responsible for starting. So what I want is not warmth or tea. It's the truth.
The truth will come out. It always does.
It's out there.
You don't even have to like me, but you can't deny I have a unique perspective shaped by having lived in two worlds. I know the difference a wrong choice can make, or a right one. If you can look past your anger, you may find that I'm more of an ally than you think. The shapeshifters on your side are looking for someone to open the door between universes. And if they find him, there will be no stopping them. And that is why you must find him first.
Oh gosh.
You are the one, Olivia. Of all the children that Walter and I prepared, you were the strongest. You were always the strongest.
She's the super soldier.
Remember this symbol. It's hidden on their leader. That's how you'll know him.
That symbol is
Show this to Nina. This symbol. Speak it. We're out of time. Olivia.
Olivia, can you hear me?
So how much time lapsed on this end here?
Walter, what's happening? I think she's receiving a flood of memories. It could be too much too fast.
You should stand. I think it'll be less painful that way.
What will?
And remember this. Naine kalitero. Anthropo apoton pateratu. Tell that to Peter. You're going to need him by your side. Tell it to him. He'll know what it means.
Will she remember all this though when she comes to? I hope so.
I pulled you out of a moving car. Momentum can be deferred.
Eh.
It must always be paid back in full.
Okay, hence why you're putting her back where she was, kind of thing.
Physics is a bitch.
Drake.
Sorry, Olivia.
I need to speak to you.
Oh my god!
It was a pleasure meeting you.
You too, Peter. And say goodbye to Agent Dunham for me, will you?
Yes! I knew it! Oh, hey! The little yellow dot.
I'm sorry. Probably just the drugs.
No. Okay. Yeah. Because I was like, that makes no sense. They would bring it up and not have it show up.
Peter and Dr. Bishop are out, and Olivia went to New York to see Nina Sharp. I can call her if you want me to. She just left a few minutes ago.
Talk to her when she gets back.
Oh,
What is this?
don't tell her.
It's massive
Tell him.
They're rebuilding the image from the broken device.
Shh. Is he gonna break it?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that before? That symbol?
No.
She lying? She looks like she's lying.
Well, that's what he told me. He said it would be hidden somewhere on their leader's body.
Well, then I suspect it would be on his head. Assuming that's what the cryogenic hijackings are about.
He said that the man with that mark would try to open a door between our two worlds. That a storm was coming, and that the only way to stop it would be for me to find him before the shapeshifters did.
A storm?
Yeah.
Wheels are turning, Nina. Spill the beans.
It was a phrase he used. When Dr. Bell realized the existence of the other side, the thing he dreaded most was the inevitable collision. If our two universes ever came together. No two objects can occupy the same space at the same time. Dr. Bell was afraid that if the doorway between the two sides was ever opened, that the unavoidable conclusion, only one world would remain. It's what he called the last great storm.
Okay. Well, that changes perspective a bit here. Oh my god. Is she gonna attack her?
I'm sorry, I have to go.
Olivia, whatever Massive Dynamic can do to help find this man, we're at your service.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God, Charlie. I almost told her everything. I gotta call Royals.
What do you mean almost?
Well, I just realized where it is. The head that they're looking for. Belle told me. It's last in heaven's for
Oh my god! Ah! Come on, come on, come on. Move forward. Move forward. Oh, oh my gosh, straight up fighting. Straight up fighting. Oh my god. What is happening? He's winning. Where's her gun? Why didn't she reach for it before? Okay, somebody's gonna come and intervene. Kind of the last minute thing. Yeah, like this guy. Oh no, maybe not. Oh shit! Okay, well we need more than 2 bullets. And the episode hasn't even ended yet. Alright.
Won't you come in?
I don't think I should. The bus leaves every half hour and... Oh, I only have 14 minutes to walk to the stop.
Use that money to take a cab.
Rebecca, what I did to you, it was wrong. No, you were young.
She doesn't mind.
I've wanted to do that for so long. Oh, Walter. What you did, you made me special.
I believe you were always special. I must go. Under 12 minutes.
While all that's happening, he's timing things. Well, she's a useful character, right?
It's not your fault.
She's now realizing Charlie's dead, officially.
It wasn't Charlie.
They killed him for what? To open a door to the other side? And who are these people? And what do they want? What did we do to them?
Laston Henning's cryonics was hit 15 minutes before our protective detail arrived. They took everything. All the cryo capsules are gone.
So they found who they were looking for.
I assume so.
Okay, so hopefully they'll show it now.
William Bell pulled me to another universe to give me a warning. That's how important this is.
Broyles is just like, uh-huh.
Olivia, we'll find them.
Okay, mystery head. Who are you? There's the symbol. Of course! Oh my gosh. Hello, Sebastian. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I was wondering who he was gonna play. Now I know. So these are heads of shapeshifters? What? And they had them in cryo the whole time? So that implies quite a lot of knowledge on this Earth about stuff going on the other Earth and tech back and forth. Is it owned by William Dyson? Is that his name? I don't remember. I just remember the last name. Is it Dyson? Anyway, I'm sure one of you will correct me, but okay. Okay, lots to take in, and now with the extra knowledge that's been shared with me this past weekend, I am starting to kind of put some pieces together. I'll be sharing my thoughts about that in just a moment. Alrighty, so I had a hard time picking my favorite scene, but again, I have to always keep in mind the goal. The goal is picking a scene that fits, or I think fits with the bigger picture that I'm trying to understand when it comes to Fringe so far. So the scene I ended up picking was the scene that actually was the most revealing for me because of what I was kind of thinking before, and now it's like I have to shift around to think of it differently with also extra information that's been shared with me in the last few days. So the scene I picked was the scene where Nina is explaining what's really happening with these two worlds. I was understanding that, honestly, like Earth 2 realized there's an Earth 1, or realized perhaps parallel universes exist, and they're just like, cool, let's go take over one of them, and then I was going kind of in the comic book territory of things, to be honest. And for those of you that understand what I mean by that, then you get, like, I was thinking Earth 2 simply was just an Earth that was way advanced, just naturally, right? Their evolution was different, and they realized that they had the capacity and the means to go and take over an Earth, a singular Earth, and then perhaps eventually take over multiple different Earths, right? It's kind of like a takeover of the universe in a sense. Okay, yeah, sounds silly, but that's kind of where my train of thought was going. And so the way I've understood it so far is that's not the case. This is basically two Earths. They can't exist together at the same time, and they're going to collide, and it's all about survival of the fittest Earth. And so I'm wondering then, why is it that's happening? Is it because of the way Nina explained it in episode 20, with the whole thing with the porous parts that are weakest, that are thinner, so that it's easier for them to travel through? Is it because of these breaches where the laws of physics are demanding? I don't know shit about physics, okay? I'm just kind of going with words that they're saying here, buzzwords. Whatever is happening in terms of the veil or the fabric of their reality thinning out just by natural laws of the universe, only one can kind of be there. I'm sorry if I'm not saying it right. Either way, I'm glad that it's cleared up. That really it's a war between two worlds trying to kind of fight, be the one that exists, and the other one gets swallowed up or dies or what there was. Yeah. I'm just glad that's more clear for me. Okay, what else? So some interesting points that I'm finding very fascinating. Number one, the young lady, I forgot her name already, I'm sorry. But the lady of the show, the new one there, who can see people who don't belong there. And at the beginning of the episode, when the minute she kind of talked about it, I was like, okay, well, obviously Peter doesn't belong there. Can you see that? And then she said it comes and goes, and then she finally does see Peter apparently glowing. And I did note right away that little yellow dot that is shown in all the glyphs. That's the right term, apparently. So yes, I guess that's now a way to know that if that little yellow dot is around, you're from a different Earth. And so she sees it, but then she kind of believes it can't be possible, which is understandable. But I'm glad finally they show that she did see it, because I was like, there's no way you're going to just bring up a character who says they can see that stuff and then they don't see it with the one person standing right in front of her. So I'm really happy that paid off nicely. And now speaking of payoffs, oh my gosh. I'm kind of just like in shock of how it happened, but at the same time really disappointed it kind of ended so soon. And so I'm hoping that there'll be... anyways, I'll get to that in a second. So the whole thing now with the Charlie reveal, the shapeshifter Charlie, I mean, I knew it would pay off towards some part at the end. I thought it was going to be like at the end, she finally sees it on the computer, and then it's like, dum, dum, dum. Then I wait to the next episode, and then she confronts him, or maybe kind of tries to play tricks with him to kind of catch him. But instead, nope, they just threw us right there, threw me as a viewer with her fighting him and then shooting him to death in a delayed way from what I've understood, because, I mean, I thought she would have pulled out her gun by, like, you know, the first couple of kicks she's trying to throw in there. But anyway, whatever. I'm not an expert with choreography and all that. So either way, it's just kind of cool and sad that it just kind of ended like that. And yes, Kirk Acevedo was nice to see a little bit of what I know he's capable of in terms of his the way he can portray himself as a really good villain. So, yeah. So that's done. That's concluded. And now what I hope for, and do not confirm or deny this, please, in the comment sections. My moderator has told me some comments that he's had to delete simply if those of you just don't want me to hope for things that's to come, apparently. And it's like, listen, this is my journey. Be respectful of that. I'm hoping at this moment in time, with Kirk Acevedo being shown in this Fringe series in the alternate Earth with a scar, I hope at least there's going to be then some interaction with that Charlie, considering that there are double versions for me to expect of a lot of these characters, correct? Don't answer that, but you know what I mean? I'm expecting that. I think it's a natural expectation based on what I've perceived in this show, and it hasn't been told to me as being wrong, so I imply that as being possibly correct. We'll see. All right, what else? Sebastian Roche? No. I'm looking forward to seeing him. He's one of my favorite actors. Those of you familiar with my channel, you know that in other properties, sci-fi, fantasy-related properties, and I love stuff related to vampires and werewolves, so I'm quite familiar with him, and he is going to just do a fantastic job. I just know it. So that's very exciting. And playing a shapeshifter, interesting. That's a role I haven't seen him take on, so I'm looking forward to that. And I should have guessed it would have been him that with the head. Okay, you know who I thought the head would possibly be? Because I'm so suspicious about William Bell, the second version, the Earth 2 version, because I'm like, where the hell is he at? I thought it would be his head. I thought, okay, the reveal would be that William Bell is dead, and maybe they need his head to get data to figure out something with the war and all that shit. That's really what I was thinking, but obviously that's not the case. And if you're wondering why did I come to that conclusion, because I come to conclusions sometimes, obviously I'm sure you've seen, where there's absolutely no basis for coming to that conclusion, but that's where my mind just jumps to, okay, people? I'm not perfect. Okay, but yes, that's who I thought the head was going to be, but it's not that. And it was nice to see Roger Cross. I'm very much familiar with him, of course, and he's been on episodes of X-Files. When it comes to X-Files, just heads up, I did reply to one of you on YouTube that don't expect me to remember a lot. I mean, I watched the older episodes. I haven't rewatched or even watched some of the newer stuff that came out recently. I just haven't gotten around to doing that. I'm not one of those hardcore avid fans where I've rewatched episodes over and over the years and stuff like that, okay? So just, yeah. If I recognize it, I'll mention it. If I don't, you just won't see a reaction from me, okay? All right, I think that's pretty much it for now. I'm looking forward to pressing play on episode 5. So there you have it. That is my... Oh, wait, my Ashamoji! It's a 5. This was great. This was a great episode. Even the moments with Walter and, you know, getting all nervous and it would have been too convoluted to have him have a little side girlfriend, but I wouldn't be surprised, and I think it would be kind of cool if they do mention him, at least mention in dialogue, you know, some moments with that lady, since she didn't seem to mind, right? And he needs a little loving. Okay, but yes, my Ashamoji is a 5. Great episode. There you have it. My reaction to episode 4 from the second season of Fringe. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I very much look forward to your non-spoiler, but informative, insightful, trivia-worthy comments about this episode. And if you want access to my full reaction with extra commentary in between scenes that I provide for my club members, details about that is in the description box below, as well as details on how you can support this channel. If you do like what I do here on YouTube and you want to see me continue on, I would really appreciate that. In any case, until my reaction to episode 5, I'm out! Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.